Well, good morning, everyone. I am tired. I was at that wedding late last night, had to drive a long way home, but I'll say it's very nice to see some green in the market today. This is actually the second day we've started off on this note, and we actually have some pretty important things taking place. We are having a breakout at the time of filming this video. I also want to talk about a very important cross that just took place for ADA that we have seen before, and it's usually a very good sign for what is to follow. So if you are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we finished on a green note last night or yesterday. I'm tired, guys. I didn't get back in until about 1:30 in the morning. Woke up at about 6 o'clock, and here we are getting ready to break down the day. Yesterday was 1.5%. Today we're up 1.3%. And it's very nice to see basically the same thing that we were seeing last weekend. This slowdown in the drop, movements back to the upside. And in fact, you can see from this trend here, this trend that we were talking about, we are, in fact, broken out to the upside. Now, this isn't a confirmed breakup per se. Again, weekends can be very misleading. Just understand that. But we do have some promising things taking place, and something I want to call we'll call it a foothills cross. And what that is if we look at stochastic RSI, all right, we obviously had that bullish flip back here right before we went on our very nice run on last Sunday. And that was obviously a 10+% candle for ADA. And we had a nice little run to the upside, had a bearish correction back to the downside. Well, we just, in fact, got a bullish cross taking place yet again. And you guys can see it's kind of like a early little, peak and valley with a higher valley right before potential run to the upside. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to happen for sure, but we have seen this before, right before we've had some nice moves back upwards in terms of price. Last time we saw this was kind of a baby one back here in September. That was obviously our bottom and rally. You guys can see this again back here in April. Here's bottom rally. You guys can see the little foothill cross here, and then the massive extension back to the upside where we obviously went on a run from, kind of down in the depths of like 50 cents all the way up to 73 cents before facing some correction. But I'm not saying that this is going to happen again for sure, but usually the way that this is taking place right now is a very promising sign. I will say right now we're still very, very close to bottoming in terms of weekly stochastic RSI. This has been a red week here. So a lot of times when we have such an aggressive red week like we've had down 8.16%, this is exactly what can take us down towards the bottom of weekly stochastic RSI. So that's all looking really good. That's what you need to know. And again, weekends can be misleading. Maybe we're seeing a lot more of the organics take over and less manipulation. Maybe that changes by the time we get to Monday or Tuesday. You guys can see that's exactly what took place. We had a nice rally Sunday. We had a nice rally again on Monday, and then just, kind of manipulation and dumping as the week progressed. So we're trying to see if this is, basically confirming our bottom. We did a great job flipping around right at the levels that we were seeing the prior weekend. So that's all looking really good. BTC right now. 107,845 is where we're at the time of filming this video. It's about 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're fighting to get back up above our 200-day moving average. And actually, I want to refresh this because for some reason my stochastic RSI is missing here. And we'll go back to this. But if we take a look at BTC here, you guys can see that also got that bullish cross taking place basically at the bottom here. This doesn't have a foothills cross like we were seeing in terms of ADA. BTC is acting just a little bit different. It's obviously lower than where it was the prior weekend. So alts have actually held a little conviction from that time. Ethereum setting up a little bit higher low here too. That's having kind of a foothill cross. Yeah, that's all looking really good. Gold will obviously have to watch and wait and see what happens, but USDT dominance getting a little bit of a rejection, push back towards the downside. BTC dominance, a little rejection, push back down to that 20-day moving average. I mean, staying within our channel that we were seeing here, this big bear flag that's been printing. But I can't really complain, frankly, about where we're at. Hopefully this is something that gives us a little room to move the rest of the day, and we'll obviously see what the news is. And I want to remind everybody that we do actually have macro reports coming this week. We have our CPI report that is coming on the 24th. That's going to be a big thing for the markets. Understand that we're obviously, gosh, what day is our FOMC meeting? I think that's next week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the following week. But we're starting to get into that time where we're going to have some of these bigger reports. CPI report, PC report should be coming as well if the government shutdown does end up concluding. We're going to have a GDP report coming. Again, rate cuts from FOMC. I mean, there's a lot of things that could, in fact, basically kind of be our accelerant that can take this fire surging to much bigger levels. So I will say here, just looking around the crypto market, I didn't really look at volume, but $111 billion, that's a really quiet day. So yeah, you're starting to see the organic stuff begin to take over, and we'll obviously see what happens as we get through the rest of the day. Me personally, I'm probably going to take a nap because I'm so freaking tired. But I'm going to be watching some football today too. Just relax, enjoy your days. Not much to really pay attention to today. Maybe it'll heat up like last weekend, but we have an opportunity to hit the coming week here running. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.